It is the time. There is an invisible wall between you and the money you desire, and it is not your fault. You are about to understand a secret your soul has been keeping for lifetimes, and now, nothing can stop this revelation from reaching you. The constant cycle of almost there, the anxiety when you receive money, the guilt when you desire more, that is not a mindset problem. It is an echo from the past. Right now, the energy is building towards the potent full moon in Capricorn. This Saturday, June 21st, this is a karmic full moon, ruled by Saturn, the Lord of Time and Contracts. It is here to illuminate the ancient, invisible chains that have been holding you back. This is not just astrology. It is a spiritual intervention. A soul-level contract, a vow of poverty you took in a past life, is now up for review. This vow doesn't care about your goals or your vision boards. If you are a sensitive, soul-led person, especially a light worker, healer, or creative, it is almost certainly affecting you. And that is exactly why this message had to find you now, before the full moon seals this energy dot. And if this resonates with you, if you feel a strange shiver of recognition, I want you to drop a comment with "I am free" to declare your intention to break this ancient vow. Sometimes, the conscious declaration is the key that turns the lock. And pay close attention, because there is one specific feeling that confirms you are living under this vow. And I will reveal it later. So stay here, because an old version of you, a past life self, is about to be lovingly released, setting your future self free. The people, jobs, and habits that kept you in a state of financial just enough may no longer feel tolerable. With this Capricorn full moon approaching, the entire karmic lens of your worthiness is being recalibrated. This means the ways you used to sabotage your own abundance, feeling anxious and spending money as soon as it arrives, finding excuses to turn down high-paying opportunities, feeling guilty for wanting luxuries. These patterns are about to become painfully obvious. And strangely, what used to feel spiritually correct, like undercharging for your services or always giving your energy away for free, might start to feel deeply draining and wrong. Old anxieties about being seen as greedy might dissolve. Old dependencies on unstable income sources might finally break. New opportunities that honor your true value might appear out of nowhere, feeling both exciting and terrifying, as if they are testing your capacity to receive. Because here is what is truly happening. The vow of poverty you made with pure intentions in another lifetime is now in direct conflict with your current soul mission. Your mission in this life requires you to be resourced. It requires you to be funded. And the universe is now forcing you to choose which contract you will honor. For months, maybe even years, you have been doing the work. You have been healing, growing, and raising your consciousness. You have been sculpting a new version of yourself in silence. And maybe you felt confused. If I am so spiritual, you thought, why is money still such a struggle? Maybe it felt like the universe was rewarding others, while you, despite your pure heart, were left behind. But now, that confusion is being replaced by clarity. Your struggle was not a sign of failure. It was the effect of an old cause you couldn't see. Because here is the secret nobody tells you about lightworkers and money. In countless past lives, in order to pursue a purely spiritual path, many of us took vows as monks, nuns, priestesses, healers, scribes, and mystics. We vowed to renounce the material world to prove our devotion to God. We took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. These vows were made with love as a sacred promise, and the energy of that promise is still active in your cellular memory and your energetic field today. What this means is you have been trying to build a beautiful, abundant house on a foundation that was designed for a monastery cell. You have been trying to run new high-frequency software on an old, outdated operating system. The full moon in Capricorn, the great karmic auditor, is now illuminating this foundational vow. It is putting the contract on the table and asking you, the CEO of your own soul, do you wish to renew this vow, or are you ready to sign a new one? The karmic spotlight is showing you the invisible cage so you can finally set yourself free. You have leveled up, and your old vows cannot come with you. This new energetic landscape is rewriting your relationship with spirituality and wealth. The constant subconscious belief that money is the root of all evil, or that spiritual people shouldn't care about money, is being purged from your system. And here's why. This isn't a temptation, it's a course correction. The vow created a false choice in your psyche. I can be spiritual, or I can be wealthy. The Capricorn full moon is here to dissolve that ore and replace it with a powerful and you can be spiritual and wealthy. In fact, in this new era, your mission almost requires it. You might notice yourself becoming less tolerant of starving artist narratives, less patient with spiritual teachers who glorify poverty. It is not because you are becoming less spiritual. It is because your energy is becoming more integrated. You are being rewired to understand that money is simply energy. It is a neutral tool that amplifies the intention of the user. In the hands of a conscious, heart-centered person like you, money becomes medicine. It becomes a tool to create, to heal, to build, and to support others. The planet does not need more broke lightworkers. It needs an army of divinely resourced empaths and creators. You are not flawed in your approach to money. You are a spiritual specialist, red-listed by fate to awaken to this truth at this exact time. If you have spent your life feeling guilty for wanting nice things, if you've felt like an outcast in a materialist world, if you have a deep, unshakable knowing that your purpose is to help people but you don't know how to make a living from it, that wasn't a character flaw. It was the vow at work, and it is officially time to hand in your resignation. This solstice and full moon period has begun a karmic recruitment cycle for a new kind of leader. The spiritual CEO, the healer who is also an investor, the artist who is also an entrepreneur, the mystic who is also a millionaire. The energy of this new era doesn't want your vow of poverty. It wants your vow of prosperity in service to the light. This is a cosmic signal going out to every lightworker who has been playing small. That deep discomfort you felt when undercharging for your sacred work, that was your soul repelling the false alignment of the poverty vow. If the old world never made a financially viable space for your gifts, it is because you were born to build an entirely new economy based on purpose and value. Now, the karmic climate is shifting to favor those who bravely claim their divine inheritance of abundance. And here is the twist. You won't need to sacrifice your integrity. You will need to deepen it. You won't need to sell your soul. You will need to fully embody it. So if you've ever been told your spiritual gifts were just a hobby, know this. You were being saved for when the world would finally be ready to pay for your exact kind of genius. Loyalty to a vow your soul no longer agrees with is a karmic liability. We are officially entering an era where the energetic contracts of the past must be consciously rewritten. With the Capricorn full moon illuminating our karmic structures, the collective belief that suffering is holy is being dismantled. What used to feel like noble self-sacrifice might now start to feel like self-sabotage. If you've been noticing a strange inner conflict between a deep desire for financial freedom and a persistent, nagging guilt whenever you get close to it, you are not alone. That is the vow fighting for its survival. This is the karmic peeling of the holy poverty mask. Spiritual circles, family lineages, even your own past life selves may have reinforced this identity, but the version of you that made that vow is dissolving. You are not betraying that past self. You are honoring its intention by graduating to the next level of your mission. This isn't about being anti-spirituality. This new energy is deeply spiritual, but it understands that true abundance is holistic. It includes health, love, joy, and financial prosperity. So do not be surprised if spiritual teachings that glorify lack now feel repulsive to you. That is not rebellion. That is your abundance consciousness reactivating. And trust this, those who have the courage to consciously revoke their old vows right now will become the ones who fund the new earth. Remember earlier when I said there's one specific feeling that confirms you have this vow? This is it. It is the feeling of anxious relief when you lose money or an opportunity falls through. If a big client cancels, or you have an unexpected expense that drains your savings, do you feel a strange, subtle sense of relief underneath the disappointment? A feeling of phew, now I'm back to a familiar, comfortable level of struggle. That feeling is the addiction to the safety of the vow. It is the core indicator that an unconscious part of you is terrified of the responsibility that comes with wealth. This full moon in Capricorn is your window, a portal, and if you miss it, if you brush this off as just a psychological quirk, you will not get another chance with this kind of karmic support for a very long time. The universe is holding the door open for you to walk out of your energetic prison cell. What you ignore now, what you think you can delay, will simply continue. The pattern will come back louder, more intense. Fate doesn't punish, it recycles the lesson. If you skip this opportunity to break the vow, The next lesson might come in the form of a bigger financial crisis, a greater loss. The stakes will be higher. This shift will not hold your hand. But if you move with it, if you use the energy of this full moon to consciously declare your freedom, you will step onto a karmic path of prosperity that feels like magic. This is a fork in your financial timeline. Do not downplay the moment you are in. This is not a gentle nudge. It is a spiritual intervention disguised as a YouTube video. Now, here is where things get even more tangible. Because the breaking of the vow doesn't just happen in meditation. It happens through your choices. Once you declare your freedom, portals to abundance start opening through people and opportunities. Some people you meet this month are not here by chance. They are here to present you with a new financial contract. That person who offers you a project that feels too good to be true. That mentor who sees your value and pushes you to charge more. That strange synchronicity that leads you to a new investment or income stream. These are not coincidences. They are divine delivery systems. They are your new contract arriving for your signature. And at the same time, you will notice that opportunities that require you to devalue yourself will suddenly feel muted or fall away entirely. The spark is gone. You are not losing opportunities. You are refining them. You have changed your frequency, and the circuitry of your reality is adjusting around you. You cannot carry an old poverty vow into a new timeline of wealth and expect it to flow. These portals are opening now because you are finally ready to walk through them. Your job: stay open, stay tuned, and have the courage to say yes when the aligned opportunity arrives. You did not lose touch with financial reality. The old, scarcity-based reality is losing touch with you. If the old rules of money feel like they are glitching, let them. You were never here to follow the old program of scarcity. You were sent here to write the new one. This is not the universe testing your worthiness. It is the universe waiting for you to claim what is already yours. This is about whether you are available for your own abundance. The energy of this full moon does not ask for your permission. It demands a decision. It claims you for prosperity. When your frequency hits the threshold of deservingness, so if you have been feeling cornered by your own purpose, like the thing you know you are meant to do is being blocked by a lack of funds, it is because the karmic timeline has caught up with you, and it is now asking you to revoke the old contract that stands in the way. It is asking you to step in or step aside. From here on out, every hesitation to claim your worth builds friction, and every maybe I'm not ready gets absorbed by the universe as a no, thank you. So how do you do it? How do you consciously revoke this ancient vow? It requires a formal declaration, a moment where you, as a sovereign being, speak your truth to the cosmos. I will now guide you through a simple but powerful vow-breaking ceremony that you should perform before or during the full moon on June 21st. Find a quiet place, light a candle if you can, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Place one hand on your heart, and when you are ready, speak these words aloud. With as much feeling and conviction as you can muster, I call upon my higher self, my spirit guides, and the loving energy of the universe. I stand here today, in my full power, as a sovereign being of light. I acknowledge that in a past life, or perhaps many, I took a sacred vow of poverty. I acknowledge that this vow was made with pure intentions, for what I believed to be my highest spiritual good at that time. I honor the version of me who made that choice. I thank them for their devotion and their lessons. However, that contract is now complete. That mission is over. In this lifetime, my soul's mission requires me to be fully resourced, abundant, and prosperous, so that I may be of greater service to the light. Therefore, by the power of my own free will, and with the support of the entire universe, I hereby declare the past life vow of poverty, and any and all related vows of lack, scarcity, and self-sacrifice, to be null and void, completely and irrevocably, across all timelines, all dimensions, and all realities. I release myself from this old contract with love and gratitude. I forgive myself for any belief that I am unworthy of wealth. I now sign a new soul contract, a contract of infinite abundance, divine prosperity, and joyful receiving. I declare that it is safe for me to be both spiritual and wealthy. I am open, I am ready, and I am worthy of receiving all the abundance the universe wishes to give me. This is my will, and so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, feel the energetic chains of that old vow shattering and dissolving into light. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. You are free. Of course, here is a substantial 6,000 plus character edition that complements and continues the story directly from where the previous script ended. It is designed to be the part 2 of the video, guiding the viewer on what to expect after performing the vow-breaking ceremony. This text is written in English, as per our established workflow. Continuation of the script, the aftermath section, the music shifts slightly, becoming quieter, more contemplative, but still holding a powerful, resonant undertone narrator. So, you have done it. You have spoken the words. You have declared your freedom. The ancient contract has been rendered null and void. Take a moment to truly honor the magnitude of that act. You have shifted a pattern that has followed your soul across lifetimes. But now, you may be asking, what happens next? Do the floodgates of abundance swing open overnight? This is where the next, most subtle phase of your journey begins. This is the part that requires your utmost presence and faith, because the immediate aftermath of breaking a vow so profound is not a shower of gold. It is a sacred, and sometimes unsettling, silence. I need you to listen to this very carefully. After you perform this ceremony, you will likely enter what is known as an energetic void. The old reality, the one governed by the vow of poverty, has been dissolved. Its frequency no longer has a hold on you, but the new reality, the one governed by your new contract of abundance, has not fully anchored. Yet, it is in the process of being built. This in-between space is the void. It might feel like nothing is happening. It might even feel, for a day or two, like things have gotten worse. You might feel a strange emptiness, a sense of being untethered. Doubt may creep in. Did it work? Did I do it right? Maybe I was just fooling myself. This is the echo of the old vow. It is the residue of the prison walls trying to convince you that the freedom outside is scarier than the confinement you knew. Do not be alarmed. This void is the most fertile ground you have ever stood on. It is the cleared slate, the empty canvas. The silence is the universe, now waiting for your new instructions. Your old, unconscious broadcast of "I am not worthy" has ended. Now, the cosmos is leaning in, listening intently for what you will broadcast next. What you do in this sacred void determines the entire trajectory of your new, abundant timeline. And so, the universe will immediately send you a test. It is not a test of worthiness, but a test of your capacity to receive. It will be small. It will be subtle. It is the first test of your new contract. Someone might offer to buy you a coffee. You might find a small amount of money on the street. An unexpected minor refund might appear in your account. Someone might offer you a genuine, heartfelt compliment on your work or your gifts. Pay attention to these moments. They are divine probes, checking your new energetic settings. The old you, under the vow of poverty, would have felt awkward. You would have said, "Oh no, you don't have to do that." You would have felt an immediate uncomfortable sense of indebtedness. You might have even argued, trying to refuse the gift. With a compliment, you would have brushed it off, minimized it, or immediately felt the need to give one back. This is your first act of rebellion against the old karma. When this small blessing appears, your only job is to take a deep breath, look the person or the universe in the eye, and say, with a calm and open heart, "Thank you, I received that." That's it. No justification, no feeling of debt, no awkwardness. Just pure, simple, gracious receiving. By doing this, you send a powerful signal back into the void. Yes, I am open. Yes, I am worthy. The new contract is active. This small act is the first brick you lay on the foundation of your new reality. The next phase of the work is deeper. It involves consciously rewiring your own nervous system. For lifetimes, your body has been programmed to believe that lack equals safety. It was familiar. You knew how to survive it. Abundance, on the other hand, is registered by your nervous system as danger. It represents the unknown, the responsibility of managing it, the visibility that comes with it, and the terrifying fear of receiving it all only to lose it. You must now teach your body, on a cellular level, that abundance is your new safety. This is done through consistent, conscious practice. I call it micro-receiving. Start with the smallest things. Buy the slightly more expensive organic coffee without guilt. Allow yourself to enjoy a small luxury. When you eat, truly savor the taste and acknowledge the abundance that brought that food to your plate. When you take a hot shower, feel the water and give thanks for the comfort and warmth. You are teaching your nervous system. one small, pleasurable moment at a time, that it is safe to have more. It is safe to feel good. Simultaneously, you must become a warrior of gratitude. The frequency of scarcity is complaint and focus on what is missing. The frequency of abundance is gratitude for what is already here. Every time you catch yourself worrying about a bill, I want you to immediately pivot and find 5 things in your immediate vicinity that you are grateful for. The chair you are sitting on, the roof over your head, the breath in your lungs. Gratitude recalibrates your energetic field and forces your brain to build new neural pathways. Pathways that are wired to see opportunity and provision, not just lack and fear. As you do this inner work, you must be prepared for the outer world to shift. As your new frequency of abundance begins to anchor, things, people, and situations that were built upon the foundation of the old scarcity vow will begin to crumble. This can be the most frightening part of the process, but it is necessary. A job that provided you with a safe but soul-crushing income might suddenly come to an end through a layoff or your own unbearable intolerance for it. Friendships that were based on mutual complaining about lack of money will begin to feel distant and dissolve. A car that was a constant source of repair, bills, a physical manifestation of just getting by, might finally break down for good. Do not perceive this as loss. See it for what it is, an energetic shedding. The universe is lovingly clearing the space. It is bulldozing the old rickety structures to make room for the palace you have just declared you are ready to build. Trust that every door that closes is making way for a golden gate to open. You must be willing to stand in the temporary emptiness of the cleared lot, holding the faith that the new construction is on its way. And it is from this cleared space, once your nervous system has begun to feel safe with receiving, that the next stage begins. The arrival of the karmic investors and truly aligned opportunities. Once the universe sees that you have passed the small tests and that you are committed to holding your new frequency, it will send in the major players. These are not just job offers, they are soul assignments. I call them karmic investors because they are people, or even entities, who are karmically aligned to see your true value and invest in it, not just with money, but with their time, their platforms, their connections, and their belief in you. These opportunities will feel different. They will likely come from unexpected directions. It might be a collaboration that seems to come out of left field, an offer for a role that you don't feel qualified for on paper, but that your soul screams yes to. An investor who wants to fund your unrealistic dream project. A client who wants to pay you an amount of money that makes you feel both thrilled and deeply uncomfortable. This is the final test of this phase, the test of courage. After all the clearing and rewiring, will you have the courage to say yes to the opportunity that your soul has been crying out for? Will you be able to receive the big blessing with the same grace as the small cup of coffee? Will you be able to look a massive life-changing opportunity in the eye and say, "Thank you, I received this, I am ready"? Your logical mind will scream with fear. It will tell you you're not ready, you're a fraud, you're going to fail. This is its job. It is trying to keep you safe in the old, familiar territory. Your work is to thank your mind for its concern, place your hand on your heart, and leap anyway, trusting that the universe has orchestrated this moment perfectly, because your new abundance is not something you have to chase. It is something you simply have to allow. You have already done the hardest part. You have broken the vow. Now, all that is left to do is to open your arms and let the universe show you what it has been waiting to give you all along. If you're still watching, I thank you for your courage and your attention. If this content resonated with you, please consider subscribing to see more. Your support is deeply appreciated. Feel free to share your experience with this ceremony in the comments below. Until next time, welcome to your new abundant reality.